Up next, for Minneapolis, the first half of this season was about putting the league on notice. They've sent a great, clear message that they are not slowing down anytime soon. Only on 2K Sports. Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this Friday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined courtside by Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. And it's Allie LaForce for us tonight on the sideline. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. We look at the Jazz. Here are the five for Minneapolis. Cam Thomas is out there with Russell. Then it's Kareem. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Miller in at the 3 spot. And for Utah, they've got Walker Kessler. D'Anthony Melton out there with George. Then there's Markketen. And it's Filipowski in at the 4 slot. On paper, this game looks one-sided, GA, but you never know in the NBA, do you? As they say, anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, just so much talent in the league. If one or two guys get hot, this could end up being an upset. The difference between good teams and bad is razor thin.
Now, here is George. Clock at 6. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Portis. And here's Minneapolis now. Thomas kicks to Abdul Jabbar, and that one drops for him.
And you just look at the grace, the agility, versatility that Jabbar brings to the center position. Can beat you in so many ways.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now Melton after the missed 3 from Bobby Portis. And he makes that one. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Russell against George. Here's Portis. Misses the layup.
Boy, he couldn't have asked for a better look. That's tough to take.
Pass to Kessler. Back to George. Markketen sets the pick for George. Sinks the triple.
And developing that 3-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
For Minneapolis, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And here is Thomas. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays. Boy, how about the timing, the delivery? That is exactly how you set a teammate up. Taking what the defense gives you, exactly the shot you want, just doesn't go in.
Pass to George. That's where a screen on Miller. And there's the bucket for Markketen.
You have got to be willing to close when Markketen is out on the perimeter. His shot will punish you because it's a sweet shooting stroke.
Now, here is Russell. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. You know, Doris, whenever Cam Thomas gets the ball, you expect him to shoot it.
You do, Kevin. There's certain guys in the league that always have the green light, and Cam Thomas, one of those guys. This guy legitimately, on a nightly basis, can put up huge scoring numbers.
And stolen by Portis. Miller, no luck. Jazz leading by 7. Now Melton, he gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Count that bucket.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for Minneapolis.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their point.
I think there was a lot of bad decisions leading to a lot of poor looks. Patience was not their best quality in that basketball game.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Pass to Abdul Jabbar. Over Kessler. Abdul Jabbar misses.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right. He stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
Here's Filipowski. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. George, no good. Minneapolis trails by 11.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Such a strong finisher on the drive. D'Angelo Russell will embrace the contact.
And Thomas over to help. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and Kessler throws it down.
Exactly where Kessler gets so much of his offensive performance done, right at the cup.
Pass to Abdul Jabbar. Over Kessler. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
And the hook shot isn't one that a lot of guys use these days.
George dishes to Markkinen. George passes to Melton. And that's rejected by Abdul Jabbar. George with no one around. A three-pointer, no good.
I'll tell you, that's one he typically will make. The defense gets away with one.
Miller kicks to Thomas. Russell sets a screen for Thomas. Pass to Portis. Ball stolen. And here's George for three. It's rebounded by Portis.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys. And beyond the obvious physical skills, Kareem just has a great understanding for the game. Times his move perfectly to get that shot.
Here's Melton following the three-point basket by Minneapolis. Outside, George buries the long-range jumper. George has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Jazz.
They'll rise and fire. Keontae George in the catch and shoot.
Outside Thomas. Here's Abdul Jabbar. And there it is for him. Abdul Jabbar's got 6.
Boy, this guy has been absolutely outstanding this quarter. You love what he's doing out there right now.
George with the bounce pass. Markkinen finds George. Back to Markkinen. Puts up a deep three. It's hauled in by Minneapolis.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
I think there was no question they brought a level of physicality along with a tremendous work ethic, and it was why they were successful.
And so, Jorge Fernandez decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. For Minneapolis, Williams comes in for Bobby Portis, and Hield subbed in for Cameron Thomas. Hustle against George. Kicks it out to Markkinen. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 4 assists now tonight.
They've been excellent so far. Coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
That's 2 really unproductive trips in a row, ending in turnovers.
George against Russell. Takes a step back. George with the bucket. And it's a 12-point Jazz lead.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Russell looking around. Three-pointer Hield. The rebound by the Jazz. Kessler's got 5 rebounds tonight. Melton passes to Markkinen, and the shot is good.
This guy has been a key to their success tonight. He's been selective and efficient.
For the Jazz, George Niang comes in for Kyle Filipowski. And it's Collier in for DeAnthony Melton. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Utah.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
And in the summer of 2022, Greg, the Utah Jazz traded away their franchise cornerstones, Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell.
And that signaled the beginning of their rebuild, but they've overachieved for a couple of seasons now that ended last year when they really bottomed out.
And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Minneapolis. Down by 15. Back to Miller. Pass to Abdul Jabbar. Over Kessler. And another miss by Minneapolis. Utah shooting it from their comfort zone so far in this one. 57% from the field. Here's Collier, covered by Hield. Here's Niang from downtown. A three-pointer is right on target. And the Jazz lead by 18.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, here is Russell. Hield finds Abdul Jabbar to stop the drought, and Kareem throws it down.
And not much you can do defensively once Kareem gets the ball in that close. Too much height, too much talent. Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
Here's Russell after the made shot from Luari Markketen. Hield outside. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Abdul Jabbar. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Abdul Jabbar's got 10 points.
A dominant quarter, but he needs some help.
Kessler, a screen on Hield. Markketen, and Markketen throws it down.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
That one good for 2.
And what a show of agility by Hield, getting around the contact there and right to his finish.
And George kicks to Niang. Back to George. The Jazz working the ball around now. Pass to Kessler. Now here is George. For the 3. Rebounded by Abdul Jabbar. Abdul Jabbar's got his 4th rebound in this one.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
And Miller moves well for a guy his size and finds the shot there off the drive.
Now here's Markketen. He's got 15. Count that one. 17 points in the game.
And you couldn't ask for anything more in terms of efficiency here. 7 of 9 to start.
Pass to Abdul Jabbar. And here's Miller. He's guarded by Markketen. Abdul Jabbar kicks to Hield. And that comes off the assist by Abdul Jabbar. Hield's got his 2nd basket of the night. Outside, George. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Utah Jazz. 13 points up at the end of the period. And if they keep draining the threes like they've been so far, their lead is safe. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, the Jazz enjoying a nice lead here.
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
So on the floor for Minneapolis, Abdul Jabbar is out there with Williams. Then it's Russell. Then it's Hield. And it's Miller in at the 3.
And there's the length and skill working together there. Miller keeping that possession alive.
Here's Collier. His last outing, he had 18 points. Right wing. Anderson outside. 5 on the clock. Over Miller. He is hauled in by Minneapolis. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Ripped away. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Here's Collier. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And Greg, the way the floor is spaced now, how much would you enjoy playing in this current environment?
I'm lacing up my kicks as you say that. It would have been a lot of fun. But not only do you have more room to operate, defenders practically, they can't touch it.
The 3 sinks the 3-pointer. Collier's got 5 points so far.
Well, you give him that much space, he's going to look like an elite shooter.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks a lot. Many have predicted an all-star future for Brandon Miller. He said, I don't really read anything like that. I just focus on what I can do today. It's all about the work. That's the only way to get better. I just came in with the mindset of making my team better and being a winning player. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Here's Collier after Kareem Abdul Jabbar scored. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And that's how you want to use your fouls, not allowing him to get to the rim.
The Jazz have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. No good on the free throw. And the Jazz making a change here. Hendricks is checked in. And a switch here also for Minneapolis. Portis is checked in. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Minneapolis trails by 15. And here is Paul. Hield outside. No good on the triple. Here's Collier. And oh boy, a lot of contact there. But he gets the call and will shoot 2. One is on Hield. The Jazz shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
And he makes the first.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
That one is no good.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Now Paul, after the missed 3 from Buddy Hield. Here's Abdul Jabbar. Oh, Kareem, strong and focused.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Down low. And they double up Markketen. Markketen a screen on Paul. Back to Filipowski. Here's Melton. It's Kareem Abdul Jabbar with the rebound. For his age, Brandon Miller has an extremely polished offensive game.
He does, Kevin. You can count on him to carry an offense if need be for a 6-8 minute stretch. He's got size, he's got skill, and he's a willing participant offensively.
Here's Filipowski. Minneapolis getting their last shot to go. The Jazz working the ball around now. Niang kicks to Markketen. Over Miller. Markketen can't get it to go. Minneapolis trails by 12. Miller, no up.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
It was right there for him. He'd love to have that one back. That was embarrassing.
The Jazz again can't hit it. Minneapolis has got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And it's good, 2 points.
tremendous lead pass. Boy, that makes your teammates happy, folks.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. Man's checked in for Minneapolis. D'Angelo Russell comes in for Chris Paul. Jazz leading by 10. Here's Filipowski. An easy 2 points on the layup. Filipowski's got 6.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Now, here is Russell. Pass to Hield. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by Niang.
I'll tell you, his teammates are going to start to freeze this guy out if he keeps taking threes like this.
Milton with the ball. His last outing, he had 24 points. Markketen, good.
Well, we know Markketen can flat score the basketball, and right now he's got his rhythm going.
Hield outside. Abdul Jabbar in the post. Defended by Filipowski. Flipped it in with the hook. He's got 16.
This guy's been great, no doubt about it, but it hasn't been enough to get them where they want to be.
Pass to Collier. Now Markkinen. Now Filipowski. Abdul Jabbar covering. Now Milton. Here's the 3. Kept alive. Minneapolis trails by 12. Melton with the steal. Here's Collier. Markkinen looking it over. To the middle. Lets it go with the 3. Niang, that's good. Niang's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, you allow a shooter of his caliber to get that good a look, and good night.
On the wing, man. Pass to Abdul Jabbar. That was a textbook cam by Abdul Jabbar.
Unstoppable tonight, as he is most nights. Jabbar has all the offensive tools, but it also keeps to a strict fitness regimen that allows him to wear people down.
Niang in the post, defended by Man. Just 5 to shoot. Markkinen passes to Niang. Shoots over Man. It's hauled in by Minneapolis. Portis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And he dunks it down.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right, you could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Utah calls timeout. Jazz with some changes. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for George Niang. And George is subbed in for Collier. And then for Minneapolis, Miller comes in for Man. And it's Cameron Thomas in for Buddy Hield. Here's Filipowski. He has 6. Melton sets a screen for Markkinen. Another miss by Utah.
Boy, after dropping 2 triples in the first quarter, he hasn't hit another yet.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Now, here is George. 11 points for him in that last game again.
And don't forget the sensational plays he made out there. He saw the court so well, firing perfect passes to teammates for wide open shots.
Russell against George. Abdul Jabbar, a screen on George. It's Russell with the drive. And the layup falls.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Pass to Filipowski. Back to Melton. George passes to Markkinen. Back to George. Kessler in the post. Working on Abdul Jabbar. There's the pick. Melton passes to Kessler. Here's George. Pass to Melton. Kessler setting the pick for Melton. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
At some point, do you start to think about getting others involved? It has been a struggle.
And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Shot's good by Filipowski. Here's Russell. Thomas, a screen on George. It's Miller on the wing. Pass to Abdul Jabbar. Back to Miller. Just 4 to shoot. Rebounded by the Jazz. Kessler's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Here's Melton. Banked in off the glass. Melton's got his second bucket tonight. Here is Russell. Miller outside. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got his 4th assist in this one.
I'll tell you, he's in a rhythm and playing with purpose. Great first quarter, even better in the second.
Now, here's Melton. Filipowski finds Kessler. And Kessler throws it down.
Well, tremendous strength and authority on that dunk. Nicely done, Walker Kessler.
Pass to Abdul Jabbar. And Abdul Jabbar throws it down.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it. Utah calls timeout.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game in. They didn't do that defensively.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
For Minneapolis, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Abdul Jabbar, and it's Williams in for Portis. Kessler passes to Filipowski. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Filipowski. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Minneapolis trails by 11. A minute 20 left in the second quarter. Outside Thomas. And it's going to be out of bounds. Minneapolis will retain possession. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for Minneapolis. On Saturday, they'll take on Evan Mobley and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Monday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Gets it down to single digits. Miller's got 11 points in the quarter.
He has been a one-man show trying to keep them competitive.
Here's George. He's got 8. Pass to Kessler. Stolen by Thomas. 3-on-3. That doesn't go either for Thomas.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
From 11 feet away. And the jumper falls for him. George has got 10.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Russell against George. Baseline J on the way. Russell, no good. Here's Melton. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little bit.
Sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
And so that brings the first half to a close. Utah out in front. They lead by 13. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
You know what time it is. It's time for your fan half-court shot. Please direct your attention to center court. Drumline.
We'll get to the first half action in just a second, but first, let's take a look at where teams are sitting in the power rankings.
You look at the Jazz, they're still at the bottom third of the league. Something will need to change for them to move up in the rankings.
We knew this team would need time to figure things out, and we were right. And getting back to our current contest, very impressive first half performance for the Jazz.
Well, you can see the camaraderie. They share the ball, and they don't care which guy scores.
Sounds like us here on the set. Whatever makes the show work, you do it.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Luari Markketen having a dominant impact in this game.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Minneapolis trails by 13. You've got Keontae George. Walker Kessler is out there with Filipowski. Then it's Luari Markketen. And it's Melton in at the 2 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. Shot clock at 6. Here's Abdul Jabbar. Filipowski grabs the board. Filipowski's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Kessler screen on Miller. Markketen kicks to George. For 3. Rebounded by Abdul Jabbar. Abdul Jabbar's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And with that, the Utah lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Miller.
And this is what you like about Miller. He has great range from 3, but he can also make tough shots in traffic.
The shot by Markketen, nobody around, drains it from beyond the arc. Markkenen's got 25 points.
We understand he's the leader of this offense. They look to get him the ball every chance they get.
Thomas, it's a wide open look. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist.
Cam Thomas is a guy who is always shot ready. Nice catch and shoot there.
Here's the screen. Russell against George. George double teamed. Kessler finds George. Kessler controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Jazz. Lead by 14.
You simply have got to box out Walker Kessler. This guy gets a lot of his offense from second chance opportunities.
Miller outside. And it's hauled in by Luari Markketen. Jazz leading by 14. Zadivy, after winning the Most Improved award back in 2023, it's been hard for Markketen to reach that level again.
I think one thing that happens, Kevin, when you become the focal point of the opponent's scout, you're getting the best defender, you might be getting multiple defenders, and that takes some time to adjust to.
And you watch Miller, he keeps the defense on its heels. They don't know what he's going to do.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And with an 86% free throw average, you can count on him to come through on most trips.
And he knocks down the first one. He's perfect from the line this time.
Boy, when you watch this guy shoot free throws, you can see very repeatable motion, and that is what leads to this kind of consistency.
And the Jazz call time here. Look at the stats for D'Anthony Melton.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Filipowski finds George. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. George has got 12. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Minneapolis. It's a 14-point game. Miller sets a screen for Russell. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Don't you feel like Cam Thomas loves making tough twos? In that instance, he makes the two and gets the end one.
Cameron Thomas at the line for one.
Free throw good, Thomas. Jazz leading by 11. Pass to Melton. Outside, Markketen. From outside, off the mark. For Minneapolis, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. It's Thomas on the wing, defended by George. 5 to shoot. And it's Russell missing, and stolen by Russell. And now Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. The NBA studies other leagues. Commissioner Adam Silver said, I'm a fan of what baseball did with the pitch clock and the size of bases, increasing the engagement and the entertainment value of the game. If they're able to make changes, certainly we shouldn't be afraid to do the same. Back to you, Kevin.
Some forward thinking. Allie, we thank you very much. George Niang is checked in for Walker Kessler. Utah has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Here's George, uses the glass to finish the layup. George has got 4 this quarter.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
Here's Russell. That one rolls. Rolling around and rims out. Jazz leading by 13. Now George. He's got 14. Niang with the ball. Right side, Markketen shoots the 3. Down it goes. Nice one there from Niang. Niang's got 9.
Boy, nice pass, a little ball movement, a little player movement. That's how you play this game.
Outside, Russell. Pass to Miller. Portis with it. Working on Niang. It's Thomas outside. Good on the three-point shot. He's got 11.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he beat up?
Outside, Markketen. They set the screen. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Abdul Jabbar, and Kareem throws it down.
Listen, this guy's doing his part. It's what we know he's about, but they have got to get some productivity from some other guys on this roster.
Melton against Thomas. Melton passes to George. This one for 3. Rebound, Minneapolis.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
Russell finds Thomas. The offensive rebound. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
This is how you make an impact on the offensive glass. Bring that intensity.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
And guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot.
I think the other thing we're seeing tonight is the floor spacing of this team. Boy, they are shooting the cover off the basketball all game.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And here's Russell. Thomas passes to Abdul Jabbar. Abdul Jabbar so skilled inside. And so George will bring it up for Utah. They led by as many as 18 points. And George with the stop.
Aggressive slash from the young guard. George fears no one when attacking the basket.
Minneapolis trails by 11. And it's Russell missing.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Pass to Collier. It's up a three. That shot, no good. For Minneapolis, they've gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Goes back up, and that's 2 points on the layup.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
To the left side wing. Filipowski finds Niang. Rebounded by Abdul Jabbar. For Minneapolis, they've gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Pass to Thomas. Minneapolis moving it around. Abdul Jabbar dishes to Miller. Stolen by George. And now we go courtside for this story on Walker Kessler. Allie, how's he doing?
Thanks. I caught up with the head athletic trainer for the Jazz. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. Unfortunate for him personally, but he has been given the go-ahead from the team. We'll see what he chooses to do, given the unlikelihood that they make the playoffs.
Allie thanks his old. Guys, the only thing you can wish for is that the prognosis isn't quite as bad as they're making it out to be.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Was really hoping for better news than that, but that does not sound encouraging.
No, I mean, this is a big blow, and it will force the team to make some adjustments, not just in terms of personnel in the court, but in terms of strategy.
Here's Collier. He's got 8. And the layup's good off the glass. Collier's got 4 points in the quarter.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
It will be a redraw.
Russell against George. Shot clock at 5. Minneapolis needs to get off a shot. Wolf's shot's good.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Here's Collier. 10 points for him. And they call an illegal screen here. These players have been dominant on the glass in their last 10 games, leading the NBA in rebounding. And you look at Abdul Jabbar, one of the game's best, second in the league.
When it comes to rebounding, it's been a stupendous stretch for him. He's been using his body and strength so effectively.
Robinson Earls checked in for the Jazz. Kyle Anderson comes in for Milton. Thomas passes to Abdul Jabbar. Abdul Jabbar gets double teamed. Here's Wolf. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. And now just a 5-point Jazz lead.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap
here in this second half.
Anderson, a screen on Thomas. Oh, that's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. George against Russell. Abdul Jabbar can't get it to go.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Keontae George with the elevation. How about that vertical, folks?
Pass to Abdul Jabbar. Inside, Wolf. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
You know, one thing that has stood out tonight is his scoring. You know, he's kept attacking even when they've been trailing.
Takes the 13-footer, and it's George missing.
Boy, if he ever finds his footing, they'll be in even better shape. Right now, his teammates carrying him.
Pass to Thomas. Takes the 3. And he recovers it. Outside Williams. Beyond the arc. Goes up again. And Abdul Jabbar with the layup. Abdul Jabbar's got 32 points.
I'll tell you, they're leaning hard on this guy, but he's going to need some help here.
Here's Collier. He's guarded by Thomas. Pass to George. To the inside. And that's rejected by Abdul Jabbar. And here is Thomas. He's looking for Abdul Jabbar and finds him. It's deflected. Outside Thomas. And he converts the layup. And now just a 3-point Jazz lead.
You just can't let Cam Thomas get that kind of position. It's playing with fire. He's got such a knack to score it.
Here's Collier. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we just finished the 3rd quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Jazz lead by 3. And we'll be back with you right after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. So on the floor for Minneapolis, we've got Williams. Russell is out there with Cam Thomas. Then it's Kareem, and it's Wolf at the 4. Markketen passes to Collier. Markketen a screen on Russell. He takes it in. Count the basket. And the Jazz lead by 5.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
Here's Russell with the 3. They grab their own miss. Abdul Jabbar. And the dunk by Abdul Jabbar.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what? Greg, he loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
First personal foul, first team foul. At the line for 2, Isaiah Collier.
First free throw is good for Minneapolis. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Abdul Jabbar. Hield comes in for Thomas. And Chris Paul's subbed in for Russell. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Minneapolis trails by 5. Pass to Wolf. Outside Williams. Al Paul. Back to Williams. The rebound by Anderson. And it's Anderson with the ball for the Utah Jazz. Collier, that's good.
Boy, he's been lights out. You want to talk about an efficient offensive game. Wow.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this 4th quarter. Hield finds Paul. Back to Hield. Claxton the pass to Paul. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Chris Paul opportunistic on the inside in that instance.
Anderson outside. Pass to Niang. The tray. Rebound, Minneapolis. Now Claxton. Here's Hield. And it's hauled in by Luari Markketen. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity.
Second team foul. At the line for your Jazz, Luari Markketen. One shot.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Walker Kessler, he's checked in for the Jazz. Bobby Portis is checked in for Minneapolis. Miller comes in for Zaire Williams. Here's Collier. Niang with the ball. Markketen from outside. No good on that one.
I mean, apparently he still has the green light to shoot threes, but he is in an absolute funk right now.
Jazz leading by 7. Pass to Niang. And the rejection by Claxton. And pushing it up, here's Minneapolis. And then Hield with the tongue.
Well, Buddy Hield opportunistic in transition. An opportunity to show you I've got some speed.
Here's Collier. Kessler, a screen on Paul. Kessler with the bucket. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 16 rebounds. Portis sets the pick for Hield. And with that, the Jazz lead is cut down to 5 points. That time the bucket coming from Portis.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
And Anderson kicks to Markketen. Pass to Niang. The Jazz working the ball around now. And there's the bucket from Markketen. Markkenen's got 28.
Now this shows you how dynamic Luari Markketen is as a scorer. If he feels good, boy, the numbers come in a hurry.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Shooting from Minneapolis, Buddy Hield. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Hield.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Lepowski, he's checked in for George Niang. DeAnthony Melton comes in for Kyle Anderson. And it's Keontae George in for Collier.
Just tremendous defensive determination right there. Refuses to allow the easy two.
Miller with a screen on Markketen. Hield kicks to Miller. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket, shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
And with his diverse game and 6'9" frame, Brandon Miller can score in bunches. And on nights like tonight, it's really hard to get someone to match up with him. And just willing to take chances defensively pays off in a transition basket.
That is quick defense to offense. These guys such terrific athletes. You can't let your guard down.
Miller kicks to Williams. And the slam by Williams. And we may have an injury here. That does not look good.
And boy, this really doesn't look good. That just the way it happened.
Boy, it's got to be so frustrating for him. As hard as he has worked, doing everything he can to help his team, just heartbreaking.
And Utah making a change here. Niang's checked in. George against Paul. Outside, George. Markketen kicks to George. From past the arc. Melton, no good. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Minneapolis. Greg, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
To the paint, stolen by Markketen. And George, here we go. Chalk up 2 there. George has got 20 points.
There isn't a lot that Keontae George can't do on the offensive end. You want him to drive to the cup? No problem.
Ball outside. Abdul Jabbar in the post. Defended by Filipowski. Just 5 to shoot. The shot by Abdul Jabbar, no good.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for Utah, Luari Markketen. Shooting one.
Guys, to me here we have a great example of what hard work can accomplish. Luari Markketen has made himself into one of the best offensive forces in the game.
Anderson, he's checked in for George Niang. And then for Minneapolis, Bobby Portis comes in for Williams. And it's Russell in for Paul. Minneapolis trails by 3. Portis for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got his 8th assist here tonight.
What you love about D'Angelo Russell, he can impact winning with both his scoring and his passing.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Here's Abdul Jabbar, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. The Jazz have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Now, here's Melton. Down low, here's Anderson, and that's rejected by Abdul Jabbar. Here's Hield, Markketen with the block.
That's just great work on the defensive end by Luari Markketen. You can see his length come into play.
Fires the 3. Rebound, Minneapolis. Russell's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the middle, here's Abdul Jabbar. Good, nice job down low. Abdul Jabbar's got it all tied up now for Minneapolis.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Abdul Jabbar against Melton. From outside the arc, basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
Ooh, finally hitting one from range. That's his first 3 of the night.
Minneapolis trails by 3. And here's Russell. Miller outside. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Miller's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Oh, how about the mindset from Brandon Miller? You make it 3, I'm coming right back at you.
Filipowski passes to Anderson. And here's George for 3. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 11 rebounds in the game.
After hitting a couple of threes in the first half, he hasn't had much going from distance.
Now Hield. Abdul Jabbar, a screen on George. Got it to go off the glass.
No hesitation whatsoever from Buddy Hield. That is a big-time delivery.
The Jazz call timeout. In for Kyle Anderson. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
During that break, the coach of the Jazz had some words for his team. They said in the huddle, this is it. No excuses. Let's figure out a way to win. A couple of players spoke as well, firing up their teammates. A great ending could be in store, guys.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. A 2-point game. Now Niang, and looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Boy, sloppy play. A supreme lack of focus. That's 4 turnovers for him now.
Minneapolis has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Russell with it. Outside heel. Launches it. The 3 goes down.
If you look at the active three-point percentage list, Mr. Buddy Hield is near the top. This guy is the very definition of sharpshooter.
Markketen, and here's the 3.
There you go, Mr. Markketen. Step up in a massive way when your team needs you.
Now Abdul Jabbar deflects the pass. Right side George. Can't get it to go. Minneapolis has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Here's Abdul Jabbar. 6 on the shot clock. Shoot from 12. Markketen pulls it down. Utah trailing here. Outside Jordan. Now Markketen. And that won't go. Missing the go-ahead basket. Minneapolis shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. Outside heel. Here's Abdul Jabbar. Kareem with a tough shot.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
George shoots the 3. Down it goes for 3.
You can see Keontae George, a guy who can score, but that ability to pass and complement that scoring so critical.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Right side, Abdul Jabbar. Puts it up from 12, and it's good.
It might be the most difficult shot in basketball, the hook shot.
The Jazz call timeout. Comes in for Portis, and Thomas subbed in for Buddy Hield.
Substitution for Minneapolis. Zaire Williams.
Outside, Markketen.
Cameron Thomas.
Good! And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Had to foul on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
D'Anthony Melton. 3rd personal foul. 3rd team foul. At the line for Minneapolis. Cameron Thomas. 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Well, crucial free throws obviously gets this to 3 now, but it is still a one-possession game.
So Minneapolis wins it. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Kareem Abdul Jabbar.